Hello, I am Adam, and this is YMHMI. You might have missed it. I'm going to be doing some Hearthstone streaming tonight because I was going to play anyway, and I figured I may as well go ahead and try and do this whole streaming thing. We're going to be doing some Arena, and you'll get to see just how terrible I am at Arena. Check real quick. Nope, no quest for the day. And yeah, should be fun. You'll notice up top, up over that direction, over there, you'll notice we have a donate thing, and that's not to donate to like us as YMHMI. We're not getting monies off of this. That's to donate to charity. If you want to, you can go and follow that link, and that will give you the opportunity to donate to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, who we're sort of playing for. We've got a little team going, so trying to raise a little money. So if you enjoy the show, donate to help some kids out. Anyway, without further ado, let's do some Arena. Alright. Choose your hero. This is always the toughest part, because with Mage, you can be pretty closely guaranteed to have a fairly smooth ride because of the ability. Warlock obviously gives you the card draw, and Priest would probably be one of the harder classes to go with, but not necessarily 100% sure that that's true. So I think I will go with, just to give myself an easier time, because it's actually been a little while since I played Arena, I think I'm going to go with Mage and try and work through it with that. Poor me. Alright, first pick here. You know, with Mage, either one of these is going to be a pretty strong card. Gadgetzan, you're not necessarily guaranteed to draw a lot of additional cards with it, because I'm not 100% sure how many spells I'll actually get. Whereas with Violet Teacher, there's a better than average chance that I will be able to pull a few things in. So I think we will go with Violent Teacher. I've been told my mic is a little low, so I'm going to go ahead and boost the volume a bit and see if that helps out a little bit. Yeti, just great value overall for a card. 4 for 4/5, it just, you know, slam dunks the vanilla test, so it's just a strong contender overall. Within these ones, Fen Creeper isn't bad. Razor Fen Hunter, again, just a fairly decent card. But really, I think the polymorph in this case is going to be the strongest thing. It works well with the Violet Teacher, is a good way to remove things. Again, another polymorph might be kind of nice, but I actually kind of really want the Venture Co. Mercenary. It's a pretty big threat. It's a little bit hard to remove on turn 5. Generally, 2 for 1's fairly well, or at least gets rid of a lot of dangerous stuff out of your opponent's hand. And I think I'm going to go with it. From this set, no weapons, so South Sea Deckhand is kind of a Frostwolf Warlord is pretty good. You tend to run a lot of minions, and then with the Violet Teacher in the deck, that could turn out to be really strong. Argent Squire is just a really strong turn 1 play. You can trade fairly well with it. It draws a lot of aggro, and if you can buff it, which Mage really can't very well, it does fairly well. But I think in this case, I'm gonna rely that I'm gonna get more low drops later on, and pick up the Warlord for this one. Again, a couple of really nice spells here. Frost Nova, not so great, I think, in Arena. Polymorph, again, good removal, but the direct damage on Frostbolt really gives some good control and some good early removals. So let's go ahead and grab that bad boy. Out of these 3, Elven Archer is okay. Again, good removal if in combination with like the Mage Ping, that can actually do some real damage. But I think the Arcane Missiles in this case is going to be the better pick, again, because we want to try and get cards that can activate the Violet Teacher, and just because it'll ping a lot more probably than the Elven Archer and be a little bit more durable. And that, in this case, Windmill Slam and some Flame Strike, because you can't go wrong with that. You just can't go wrong with that. For this one, we could go with another Arcane Missiles. Wouldn't necessarily be a bad pick, but I think that we need to start filling out minions a little bit more. The Cult Master is a fairly decent way to draw some cards later on, so we'll pick that up. Out of these three, there's only one choice, which is Knife Juggler. Mana Wraith can be interesting, but honestly, when you have this choice, easy. Easy as pie. Ice Barrier could be good. Murloc Raider, South Sea Deckhand. There's never a chance that I'm going to have a weapon equipped. So, more than likely, as much as I don't want to take it, I think we do need some more low drops to speed the deck up a little bit. So, I think I'm going to pick up Murloc Raider. And part of that reason is there might be other cards later on that'll work fairly well with Murlocs. I can get some synergy with that. We'll see how that goes, though. Water Elemental, good, strong overall card, good control, good back end. Mana Worm can be pretty strong. We have a couple spells already. Stuff that we're using with Violet Teacher. It's also a good early drop. Again, with a good back end, so it can stay alive fairly efficiently, unless you get a lot of 3/2s and stuff like that. But again, just a good solid card overall. In this case, Murloc Raider, again, not my favorite pick by any means. Frost Nova could be okay. Again, we have some stuff that synergizes well with spells, but Earthen Ring Farseer is rates 3/3 for 3, which, you know, I'm never unhappy to see on my board, but then the Restore 3 health can be super useful if you're having to use it for like a minion or even just for yourself later in the game. So let's go and pick that one up. This is tough because now what we're choosing between is late game Bruiser and a good early game minion. And between the two, and given we already have a couple late game cards, actually a couple mid game cards is a better way to put it. We have a good early start. Both of them are fairly hard to remove. Both of them are significant threats. Could go either way on this one. 14 on 30. Again, I'm going to trust that we're going to get some more early plays, and hopefully that will remain true. Murloc Tidehunter. Just good value. 2 creatures for 1. Alright, we picked up another Ogre. Kind of wish I had known that earlier. Spectral Knight is a fairly decent card, but I feel like we've got a pretty good mid-game between all of these right now. And we do really need some more early game cards. And Abusive Sergeant is a great card for trading up and doesn't really become irrelevant later in the game. Frostbolt here. Some good mid-game minions here, but I think we already have one Cold Master, which is more than enough. And Frostbolt is just a great spell overall. For this one, these are 3 okay cards. Questing Adventurer could be okay with a little bit of extra from the early game in the deck. Emperor Cobra is pretty good just because it trades very efficiently. So I'm thinking 2 we have as far as playables. Oof, this is a tough one. I think I'm going to take the risk and go for a Questing Adventure. It could be fun with this deck. I could be wrong about that. Let's see, we only have the one Polymorph, so let's go pick up a second Polymorph here for the lulz. Another Mana Worm. Always nice. I don't think we need a third Polymorph. Oasis Snapshot could be fun, but I want to pick up some card draw with the Acolyte of Pain. Here, Injured Blade Master is pretty good. Blizzard is pretty good. As far as minion goes, because we're starting to get towards the end here. We have a couple fairly good early minions towards the mid game. We don't really we do have a way to heal it with the Earthen Ring Farseer, but I think that the later AoE is going to be stronger in this case. Fireball, always a strong pick. We could pick up another Frostwolf Warlord, but I think again, picking up a little bit more early game is going to be a strong idea. Pick up a Harvest Golem. I could pick up another Arcane Missiles, or... yeah, I think the 5-drops are a little low, so picking up a Taunt is going to be kind of nice in this case. Let's see. Oof. Some fairly decent cards here, but I think Fairy Dragon's going to beat that out. And then for our final pick... you know, I'm not too scared of what happens if we pick up Deathlord, because most arena decks are not running, like, you can look at this one and see that there's not a huge amount of, like, top-end minions, so the chance that we're going to pull something with Arena Lord that will really hurt us, or Death Lord, excuse me, is pretty low, and honestly, these other two secrets are kind of dumb. Alarmot, we don't have anything in the deck that we want to pull out of the hand at turn 3 that wouldn't necessarily just kill the Alarmobot right away. And, yeah, like I said, Vaporize, just not great. So we'll pick up Death Lord as the final card there. And, yeah. This is a fairly decent deck. Actually, I don't know if it's a fairly decent deck. I'm not really great at judging these things. I've said decks are like really great and then immediately lose 2 to 3. And then I've said like, this deck is never going to make it. And then I will go like 7 wins with it. So I'm going to take it as it comes, but I feel fairly comfortable about this deck. We have a good curve early towards the mid game, and then a couple big hitters towards the end. So hopefully this deck can curve out well. We've also got some good removals, so we'll see how it goes. Again, boosting the mic a little bit more. So we'll see if that helps a little bit. My regular co-host Nate is coaching me from the side to let me know how the mic is running. All right, let's go ahead and play.